Well, good morning. Good morning. This is Coffee with Carol, and I want to talk to you today about success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. You know, Tony Robbins said, success leaves clues. Go figure out what someone who is successful did and then model them, improve what they did, but learn their steps because they have knowledge. He also said, find someone who's already achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you will achieve the same results. I don't know about you, but I bought into that. Boy, oh boy. And I love Tony Robbins. I love his energy, and I love the way that he just really inspires people to be powerful and positive, right? He's an amazing individual, and he has so much success under his belt, and he has helped so many people. And so we admire people like that, and we listen to what they say, and we completely buy into it. But I want you to know that you are unique. And honestly, you can copy someone, but you will not necessarily have the same results. I remember as a kid, we lived on this hill, and the driveway, of course, was clear, and we rode our bikes up and down the driveway. But my brother always liked to take the riskier route and go through the trees and bushes and leaves and go down this really, really steep, almost 45-degree angle hill alongside the driveway. And he would always encourage me to do it. He was the one that took the risks, and I was the one that questioned everything. I was the cautious one, and he was the, come on, let's do it. And he always tried to push me to do it. And so I wanted to be like my brother. I wanted to have that ability to take that risk and go over that 45-degree angle hill without any fear or worry. And I would watch him. He would go on his bike and he'd go down that hill and he'd miss the trees. And he was so good at driving his bike that way. And when he got to that little hill where you literally go over and you don't see him at all, he would go so fast, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And every single time I would stop just short of that last hill because I was scared. I was scared of what could happen. I mean, yeah, he did it and I wanted to copy him, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have the same result or if I was going to have an accident. And so I would stop myself and I would look at it, and then I would try. And 99.9% of the time, I crashed. Copying my brother, oh my word, if I had not stopped and I just kept going, I probably would have ended up in the hospital. I'm sure of it. In fact, there were times when I followed him and I did end up in the hospital. So I don't think that you should find someone that's achieved what you want to do and then copy them. But that is something that the world teaches us and tells us to do. And we run after that like crazy, right? We run after it like crazy. I want to go back to Joshua 1:8 that says that the only thing that we really need to do to be successful and prosperous and to have what we want to have is we need to meditate on the word day and night, make it be something that we are obedient to, that is quick for us to follow, that is just on our lips, and then we'll be successful and prosperous. We don't have to copy anybody. We just have to be ourselves. And I think about how I work to emulate and replicate those that were in positions that I wanted. I mean, I literally cut my hair, got the dress or the suit, wore the shoes, bought the kind of earrings they wore, tried to do everything the way the person did that thing or did or dressed or whatever, so that I could be them. You know, it takes a lot of courage to be yourself, because there's some insecurity in that. There's some uncertainty in that. It's like you got to do something new, right? And quite honestly, guys, if you are copying people or trying to be like someone who's been successful, I have to tell you that nobody gets to the top of the mountain of success and turns around and says, I did this without integrity. I cut corners. I hurt people. I stepped on heads to get here. I lied. I cheated the system. Nobody's going to tell you that. They're only going to tell you the things that they did that are honorable. So, do you really want to be successful at all cost? Do you really want to be successful no matter what? Just follow them and do what they do? Because there's going to come a point in time when you're going to have to make a decision that maybe you don't want to make. Max Lucado said that we are not an assembly line product. And I think about that. When I bought or have bought the desks that I have to put together, or the chairs or whatever, it says, part A goes with part B and so on and so forth. And these are assembly line products. I mean, they are made the same and everybody gets the same directions, right? We are not an assembly line product. I am 100% confident that the angels stand around at the birth of every single baby and can't wait to see what that baby's going to look like, because nobody is the same. And they stand in awe and they say, oh my gosh, yes, I've never seen one like that before. You are special. All you have to do is ask God, what are my gifts? What is it that I'm supposed to do? How can I stand out and differentiate? How can I be the person that I'm supposed to be? Help me to stop looking around and to start focusing more on you. Gosh, guys, there's so many verses in the Bible. Joshua 1:8 is one, but Proverbs 16:3 says that you commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. 1 Kings 2:3 is similar to Joshua 1:8. You'll be successful, but you got to keep your eyes on God. It's all about looking to God for direction, looking to God for guidance, looking to God in all things. God first, guys, God first. What do I need to learn? Where do I need to grow? And what needs to change in order for me to move to the next level? 1 Peter 5:6 was what came up today in the Bible, in my Bible app. And I really want to read this to you because this is so important. So be content with who you are and don't put on airs. In other words, don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to do it like somebody else. Don't try to act like somebody else. God's strong hand is on you. He will promote you at the right time. Live carefree before God. He is most careful with you. God does the how, and you do the do. Be yourself. Have the courage to be different, to be you, to stand out. You can do this. Just ask God how. Make it a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.